but and we will begin. And so coming into your seat, trying to come into a seat. Make your way. Have the things you like. Have a strap also. I want to do some leggy, strappy stuff when we come back down to the ground after I take you on an adventure wherever we may go. Then I have my blocks. I have an eye pillow. Some of you might have an eye pillow. This is kind of nice for relaxation. I highly recommend it. And I have my blockies. I have my blanket. And I'm just going to sit up on my blanket. I have another blanket on the ground to make things extra softy. Why not? And go ahead and get yourself into your seat. Feel as though you are a potted plant. Your pelvis is a pot. And it's almost like one of those pots in the yard where the roots, like tap roots and big roots have drawn down through that little hole in the bottom that drains the water. There's like this beautiful pot in your yard, and this hole is there, and this kind of tap root draws down. So you have this root going all the way into the earth. And the crown of your head lifts, your shoulders release back and down, and your spine is like the plant coming out of that pot. And the crown of your head is sort of like a flower reaching towards the sun. And what happens is oftentimes our chin will lift, your chin might lift, and you want to let your chin come back down and draw it in towards your chest. But then let's go ahead and lift and lower your chin. So lifting, you're just moving your neck a little bit and lower and lift. Lower, kind of like a sunflower when it's on its way to finding where it's going to open up. Following the sun across the sky. Your chin comes back down. Bring an ear to a shoulder, and then back through center, and the other ear comes to the other shoulder, going through center from one side to the other. Coming back to center. Let your head lift. Stacking your shoulders over your hips, ears over your shoulders, and now maybe looking over each shoulder, nice and slow. And then back to center. Chin comes in towards your chest a little. Shoulder rolls up to your ears and back down. And getting into your shoulders, your chest, your upper back. And letting your breath come along with you. And shoulders relax. Extend your legs out in front of you. And windshield wipe your feet from side to side. feels nice to unwind your little roots. You're going to take your hands and pat down and up your legs. We'll do that a couple times. These can be slow pats. Maybe they're very swift. Your practice, yoga in general, is a discipline of self-awareness. It's about coming into your body, being present with whatever is there right now. Coming all the way up, widen your legs, Upavista Konasana. Press through your heels as much as they'll let you, and your toes point up towards the ceiling. You might grab blocks, you might not. I kind of like having blocks. Bringing your hands in front of you, lifting through your chest, kind of sitting up nice and tall. We're going to make some circles at your waist. Keep your heels pressing into the ground, the backs of your knees pressing into the ground, and your toes pointing up as you make some nice slow circles. The other direction. Listening to your breath as it moves. Your breath is this anchor to the present moment. You can come back as often as you like. Coming up to a tall spine. I'm going to bring the soles of your feet together, Baddha Konasana. I like to help my knees to bend and bring each foot in. And soles of your feet together, sitting up nice and tall. Do some of those little butterfly flutters from way back in physical education class. Again, sitting up as tall as you can as we sort of move around, always getting movement into your joints, encouraging the production of synovial fluid, the flow of blood and lymph. It's all very practical in nature. But when you bring your breath, the awareness of your breath and the focus on your body, sort of quiets your mind, which is why people like yoga. Press your feet together, bring your hands to your outer knees, sit up nice and tall, take a deep breath, and let it go. Bring a knee up and see if you can bring that foot sort of back by your hip. So your knee comes down. You're sitting sort of like a mermaid. That's how I feel like I'm sitting, a mermaid on a rock. Sit up nice and tall and rotate towards, I don't know, this knee. Maybe looking over your shoulder. Come back to center. Bring the foot back down to the ground. Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Bring your knee up, your foot to the ground, and then grab a hold of your ankle. Pull your ankle back. Sitting like a mermaid, sitting up nice and tall. Lift through your spine, rotate the other direction. Maybe looking over your shoulder. Come back to center. Make your way back to a Baddha Konasana. And bring your hands to your outer legs. So we're just consciously moving your legs. Bring your knees together, extend your legs, give them some movement again. Move your ankles, stretch your toes. Cross your legs in the cross that you don't usually cross. It's the way that feels weird. Unless your body absolutely doesn't like it, then of course you don't have to do it. Sitting up nice and tall. We're gonna rotate again from here. Axial extension, rotate. You look over your shoulder. Back to center, extension through the crown of your head, and rotate. Coming back to this idea of your pelvic pot and that root extending down into the earth. You're nice and secure. Come back to center. Extend your legs. Upavista, widen your stance. Sitting up as tall as you are able to. You're going to bend one knee, bring your foot in towards your inner groin as much as it comes in, one heel coming towards your pelvis, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to do some lateral stretches here. Bring a hand to a leg and lateral stretch. Get that big stretch all the way through your side ribs, down into your hip, looking down. Breathing. Kind of making our way up our little spinal plant from our pelvic pot. And lift yourself up. Tall spine, you're going to rotate towards your bent knee this time. So a lot of rotations, lifting, rotating, looking over your shoulder. And back to center. Help your knee to lift up, extend your leg, anchor your foot. Bring your other foot in, your heel comes in towards the center of your body as far, as close as it can get there. Really engage through your legs, sitting up nice and tall, lateral stretch. Hand comes down, reaching up and over. Let your knee that is bent press down into the ground. The knee that is long presses down into the ground. As you breathe. Back up to center. Lengthen through your spine and rotate. Still press the heel down. Your toes are going to want to kind of fall in, point them up, really engage your leg. Encouraging the flow of energy through your body. That's one of the things that happens in your yoga practice. Coming back to center. Bringing your knee up, and then just bring both feet to the ground. We're kind of come into a tabletop. Coming into a tabletop, maybe having a blanket under your knees if you are without carpeting. You might have your blocks close by. You might use them, you might not. And tabletop. Get yourself neutral. What does that even mean? Stacking your joints, stretching your fingers out, pressing evenly through each finger, kind of noticing which side of your body you tend to lean towards, seeing if you can distribute your weight across your hands, across your knees, the tops of your feet even. From here, cows and cats. Continuing with our movements of your spine. Spinal breathing, we could even call this. Opening up the front of your body. Inhaling and exhaling as you round. And press through your hands, sort of rounding through your shoulders. And then opening up, letting your shoulders release away from your ears, being very conscious of how you move. Over the decades, the ways that we move without really being conscious of it can definitely have an effect on our well-being. Injuries, illness, things that we are out of our control absolutely can occur also. But if you can take the time to draw inward and to move in ways that assist you with that awareness of how you move, with your kinesthetic awareness, the way your body moves, the different areas that are tight, adapting, adjusting, being cognizant of those shifts, and where you even store tension mentally, emotionally in your body. You absolutely do. Just helpful. It makes you an active participant in your life. Coming back to neutral, thread the needle. Reach your right arm out to the side, open up, and bring your arm down. Let your shoulder come to the ground, and see if your right hand can release. Your right shoulder relaxes down, your head relaxes down. From here, breathe into the outside of your shoulder. Breathe into the space beneath your shoulder blade. Envision your breath traveling there, maybe all the way out into your fingers, into your hand, your wrist. Let your jaw relax. Press through your left hand, push yourself up, open twist. Make it very intentional. Reaching, bring your hand down to the ground and neutralize again. Notice differences in the sides. Pressing through each hand, draw your low abdomen towards your spine. Notice. Now the other side, extend your left arm out, open up, and thread the needle. Bring it down, bring it through. Your left shoulder releases down. Breathe into the space, the back of your shoulder, beneath your shoulder blade. I'm going to envision your breath moving beneath your shoulder blade. Pressing through your right hand, lift yourself up, open twist, and bring your hand down. Re-neutralize yourself. Extend your right leg behind you, your toes press into the ground. Get a stretch through your calf muscle, pressing forward and back, stretching your foot. Now bring your right toes over to the left corner of your mat and look over your left shoulder. Bring your foot back to center, even yourself out. Engage through your low abdomen. Reach your toes out towards the right a little bit more. Step your foot out to the right. That's weird. See if you can bring your heel down and press into your foot, kind of getting a stretch through your inner leg in this way. It's weird. Sit back behind you, toes, knee underneath, re-neutralize. Other side adventure. Stretch your left toes behind you, press your toes into the ground. Push through your heel. Maybe pulse a little bit. That feels nice. There's a lot on your wrists, I know. We'll come into child's pose soon. Step your toes over towards the right and look over your right shoulder. come back to neutral. Bring your foot out to the left as much as you can. Maybe it goes pretty far, and maybe you can press through your outer foot and kind of get this stretch through your inner leg. So it's an interesting kind of experience. And then obviously you have the obstacles in your path just as I do, depending. Let's smile and breathe and come back to behind you, and the knee comes down. Fall lost in a child's pose, maybe with your big toes together to touch. Might extend your arms out in front of you, let your forehead release, and just turn your palms to face up. And as you're here, you can if you turn your palms to face up, you're kind of getting this external rotation in your shoulders. And that might feel kind of nice right now, all the way down your arms, your palms facing up. We've done enough on our wrists, and so we're going to interlace your fingers. We're going to play with dolphin pose instead of Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. This might be some, you could think of it as like as a headstand prep even. We're not doing headstand, but interlace your fingers. Come back into tabletop, but with your fingers interlaced. And you could nest pinky fingers within themselves, one outer pinky, one inner pinky, or you could have them one pressing down on the other. See if you can get your shoulders over your elbows, curl your toes under, bring your head down, crown of your head kind of comes towards the ground, and start to lift your knees and lift your shins off of the ground. Maybe you straighten your legs and the crown of your head comes more down to the ground. So this is quite a bit in your shoulders, but you're breathing there, engaging dolphin pose. I have no idea what the Sanskrit would be for that. Smiling pose, smiling dolphins. Take a deep breath. Let it go. We'll bring your knees back down to the ground. Come on down to your belly. Stack your hands. Let your forehead come to the backs of your hands. Bend your knees and move your legs from side to side. Move your ankles. We're going to play with half cattail, which is a shoulder stretch. And again, we have varying space around us, right? In the comfort of our own home. So bring your feet to the ground. We're going to start with the right arm. You can either extend your right arm all the way out towards the right. You look at it. Turn your head to the right, and your fingers are coming straight out from your shoulder, or maybe your elbow is bent and your hand is flat on the ground. Your left hand comes under your left shoulder. Your head comes down. Turn your head to look to the left after you feel like you've oriented your arms so that it's nice and straight out from your shoulder, and begin to roll, opening up the left side, opening towards the left so that your right shoulder can get this stretch. If this is too much, less is often more. Maybe you just barely press into your right shoulder. Maybe you really roll over onto the right shoulder a little bit more because it feels really good. We're all different. Our bodies are all different. You're breathing. Down with your hips if they're lifted. Back to hands stacked under your forehead to give your hips a wiggle to sort of neutralize things between the sides. And the other side. So extending, you might scoot over towards your right side of your mat. You can do that too. Extending your left arm out from your shoulder and having it come straight out. Or maybe your elbow is bent. And then looking over to the right side, you can bring your right hand under your shoulder and start to open yourself up. I like the arm extended for this if you're going to go further. But if you're not going very far at all, having the elbow bent is okay. It's still going to get into your shoulder. But you want to, of course, be present with your body. More is not inherently better. That's a lie. It's a lie we tell ourselves. And when we realize that, then like things open up, perception changes. You can be more present. You can be more with yourself as you are and accepting of yourself. And it's really nice. Breathing, head on the ground. Coming back to center. Stack your hands one last time just to wiggle out the hips. And since we're here on our belly, we made it all the way here. I'd like to do a few baby cobras. Bring your big toes together to touch. Let your hands come under your shoulders. Press the tops of your feet and your clench your bum, like your hips really press down into the ground. Elbows come in towards your ribs, and start to lift. And you can lift and lower at your leisure. Your nose comes off of the ground. You're looking down, Bhujangasana. And as you lift and lower, this is coming through your lower back, your middle back. This is strengthening your low back, your middle back. You're really pressing down through the tops of your feet. You are breathing all the while as you lower and you lift. Maybe your baby cobra gets a little taller, and that's okay. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. And then lower back down. And curl your toes under and press your way back to Balasana, child's pose. Let your arms extend out in front of you. Maybe turn your palms to face up again, rotating your arms. Kind of getting that nice rotation through your shoulder with your palms facing up. I guess that's like an external rotation of your shoulder. We're going to come back into our dolphin pose again. You could stay in Balasana and you could interlace your fingers. If you had one pinky on the bottom, you want to switch the interlace and have the other pinky on the bottom. Let your elbows come under your shoulders, curl your toes under, and start to lift your knees. The crown of your head comes down towards the ground. Doesn't have to touch the ground. Like I said, we're not necessarily coming into headstand or anything like that, but this is getting into your shoulders, your upper back, just becoming more aware of those areas as you breathe. And you're like, oh, I'm aware of them. Smile. And bring your knees back down to the ground. Baby mountain, tops of your feet come down. Reach yourself up and make it a tall baby mountain. Reach your arms up overhead. We're going to twist in each direction. So you can like to bring the right arm down and it kind of sweeps behind and the left arm extends and you're being pulled in both directions. Oh, bring your right arm back around and up. And the other side, left arm comes down and pulls out, being pulled in both directions. Coming back, we'll do that on each side again, reaching up. Oh, coming down, opening up. And back through center. Lift. I'll bring the other arm around. Stretcheroos. Coming back up, baby mountain. And then bring your arms down to the sides. If you are able to sit in Virasana, hero's pose, this is a time to play with that. Hero's pose, the knees come together, the tops of the feet are kind of come out to the sides, but the toes are pointing straight behind you. You could have a block on any setting and bring your bum down to the block. Another way, if this isn't good on the knees, some of you might not like that, but you might feel fine sitting back on your hips. Or maybe that's just not for you at all. More is better. More is better in this situation. More blocks. You can make yourself a block seat so that you can not fall off of your block seat, but you could sit back on the blocks. Otherwise, you can bring your legs out in front of you because that's where we're going to end up. So having more height under your hips is going to take less pressure from the backs of your knees. Sitting up as tall as you can. Or maybe you're sitting with your legs extended already in Dandasana. Crown of your head extends. Take a deep breath and let it go. We're going to make our way back into Dandasana. So if you're sitting in Dandasana, you can stay there. Otherwise, you can pull forward. You might cross your ankles and sit back over your legs, extending your legs out in front of you, unless you don't, which is fine. Move your knees around. In Dandasana, I'd like for you to take your blanket and bring it under your hips. We're going to reroot your little roots into the ground. I want to do a forward fold in Dandasana. You might use your strap for this if it feels better to you to bring the strap to the bottoms of your feet. Sitting up nice and tall, pressing through both feet. Lift up and then begin to hinge forward. Now, depending upon things like compression, you might not go very far, and that's okay. Just see if you can continue to engage the legs, press through the backs of your knees, and let your upper body release as much as it can. Something else we could do with blocks is you could even put blocks on your upper legs, or maybe even on your lower legs. I don't know, play around with that. I've got my blocks stacked, sitting on my shins, and I'm letting my forehead come to the blocks. Stretching that long line of fascia through the back side of your body, of the bladder meridian. And breathing, relaxing your jaw, engaging your legs. Seeing if your spine can release forward. And you'll slowly make your way back up to a seat. Release your strap. Move your blocks. You're going to come down to your back. Keep your strap close by because you're going to use it. And keep a block close by because you might use that as well. Coming all the way down to the ground, let your knees come in towards your chest. Rock from side to side. Let your head turn each direction, getting a massage on the back of your head. A massage from the base of your spine all the way up. Now bring your left foot to the ground. Let your right leg come in, your knee comes in. Place the strap on the bottom of your right foot and stretch your leg out towards the ceiling. Let it be as long as it can be, pressing through the heel of your right foot, letting your arms relax down, seeing if your chin can come a little towards your chest. Having a folded blanket under the back of your head, not terribly high, but enough height to help your neck to lengthen so your chin's not pointing towards the sky can be helpful. You're going to just let your leg come in towards your upper body and then away with your leg as straight as it can be, coming in and then away. And now if it feels good to you, you can extend your left leg long so your heel is on the ground. But just like we've anchored our legs in other postures, I want you to really anchor your leg onto the ground. I'm going to make some circles with your whole leg. Your toe points up towards the ceiling, holding onto the strap with on either side of the foot, your arms, upper arms relax down. You could even kind of wrap the strap around your hands if that assists you in making these nice circles. Rooted through the base of your spine, rooted through your hips, kind of anchored through your left leg, maybe the entire leg on the ground, or your left foot pressing down. And then go the other direction. The leg come all the way back to straight. Bring both straps into your right hand. Bring your hand up as close towards your foot as it can be and press through your right ankle and your right heel. And if anchor your left arm on the ground, you might be in a T here, and you're going to extend your right leg out towards the right, engaged. So it's not just floppy, it's very engaged, very big stretch through the inner leg. Breathing, chin towards your chest, anchored, rooted through your left leg. And we'll come back to center and bring the strap into your left hand. Now you're not going to go very far at first. I'd really like for you to just kind of feel into the stretch, press through your right heel, and then start to bring it across the center line of your body, feeling the stretch through the entire outer leg. And then if it feels good, you could turn it into a twist. I know some people really love that, where you just let your spine come along with your leg and it comes down towards the ground. Your right arm can come out to the side. You might look over your right shoulder. Coming back through center. Bend your right knee, bring it in towards your armpit, a little half happy baby. And then release the strap. Let your right leg be long. Both legs can be long if they can, and wiggle your hips to just neutralize things, to notice the differences in the leg. Take a nice deep breath and let it go. Let's go to the other leg. And bring your left knee into your chest. Let your right foot come to the ground and just sort of anchor yourself. Establish the other side. Bring your strap to the bottom of your left foot. Press your left foot up towards the ceiling and press through your heel. Your foot is flexed. Your leg is as straight as it can be. You might wrap your hands into the strap. And you're going to bring your leg in towards your chest and then away a few times, keeping your foot flexed, your leg engaged. And then if it feels good to you, you might extend your right leg long, press your right heel into the ground, the back of your right knee into the ground, And start to make your circles on the ceiling with your left leg. They can start as smaller circles and progressively get bigger and going one direction or the other. Play around with your circles on the ceiling. Go the other direction with your circles if you've been favoring one direction. Re-anchor your right leg into the ground and to bring both straps into your left hand. Bring your hand as close to your foot as it will go. So your arm is pretty long. Anchor through. Maybe you reach your arm out to the side to a T and it anchors as well. Press through your left foot and start to open your left leg out to the side. Maybe you catch a little break and you find your couch or the wall or a chair or something that stops you, and that's fine. Continue to press through the foot. Continue to be engaged and active through both legs as you find this opening through your inner leg. Breathing, smiling. Why not? And back up through center. Bring your strap into your right hand. Press through your foot and just cross the center line of your body. You don't have to go very far before you feel that engagement through the side of your leg, outside of your leg. And then if it feels good to you, you can turn this into the twist where your foot's coming all the way down to the ground and your left arm extends, and that might feel nice to you. And your breathing and your breath is a barometer of how you are doing. And back up to center. Half of a happy baby. Let your knee come in towards your armpit. And take a deep breath. Let it go and release the strap. Bring your foot to the ground. Now let both legs extend long. Give yourself a little shake. I wanted to do a waterfall to sort of finish those types of movements out. If you have a block, bring your feet to the ground and lift your hips. Bring your sacrum to your block. So your lumbar spine is not on the block. This kind of gives you a bit of an anterior tilt to your pelvis, and your low back kind of releases down. It might feel really nice. If it doesn't, obviously you can have your hips on the ground. You might bring both knees into your chest and into the strap and up, and away for a waterfall variation. Letting your arms, upper arms, release down to the ground. The strap is like a little hammock assisting with this waterfall. Nourishing for the kidneys. It's said to take pressure off of your heart. Encourages the flow of blood and lymph from the lower extremities. So it can be quite rejuvenating, especially if you've got some tired legs. Maybe you've been walking around all week or sitting. You know, we do different jobs and different things, but this is a good one for the old tired legs. And it's nice to feel grounded. Today in our practice, we didn't stand up at all. Stretching, moving, breathing, feeling that sense of groundedness and rootedness so that whatever the variables are swirling around you, they swirl around all of us and within us all. You can have this sense of being grounded, being present. And in that way, you won't get as swept away by all of the currents. To be as present as possible so that you can function as well as possible. And doing your best at what it is that you do. And let your knees come in towards your chest. Remove the strap, feet to the ground. Be here for a moment. Chin to your chest. Take a nice deep breath. Let it go. Remove your block. Let your hips come to the ground. Bring your knees into your chest. Nose into your knees. Give yourself a squeeze. And you're going to make your way into your final relaxation. I highly recommend having some support under the back of your head. If you have the accoutrements to fashion yourself a bolster, not a bad idea. Maybe you have your blocks, maybe you have a pillow close by, a couple pillows that you could turn into a bolster. Maybe you have an actual bolster. Blocks with a pillow stacked over them is nice. A rolled up blanket on top of your blocks as they're kind of in a line. That's a nice way to do it as well. Now, the reason that you practice at home is maybe you have a space that you like to practice in. Cultivating that space. And so making your way into your most comfortable relaxation. Perhaps you cover up with a blanket. Maybe you have an eye pillow that you're able to remove glasses if you wear glasses, place an eye pillow over your eyes. I want you to let yourself relax and release. It's challenging to do that. That's one of the most challenging parts of your practice is letting go. Maybe your hands rest on your body or your arms extend to your sides. What can you do to bring yourself into this place of presence? Once you've shifted and you've gotten yourself into a good position to relax, to restore, to release, relax the crown of your head. Relax your forehead. Your right eye. Your left eye. Your nose relaxes and releases. The back of your head relaxes and releases. Your jaw, your mouth, your tongue relax and release. Your neck relaxes and releases. Your shoulders release down. Your collarbones sink down towards the earth as your shoulder blades sink, relax, and spread. Your right arm from your shoulder down to your elbow lets go. All of the muscles and connections in your forearm, your wrist, your hand and fingers all let go. Your left arm from your shoulder down to your elbow relaxes and releases. And from your elbow down your forearm, your wrist, your hand, your fingers, your thumb, all relax and release. Your chest relaxes, and your abdomen and your pelvis. Your spine relaxes and releases, as well as all of the muscles that support it in your upright posture. They just let go. You're melting into the earth. Feeling your breath move naturally. Encouraging that relaxation. Your right leg from your hip all the way down to your knee, and down to your ankle, your foot, your toes, all relax. Your left leg from your hip to your knee, all the way down to your ankle, your foot, your toes. Relax and release. With this letting go of your physical body, you release and relax mental, emotional tension, and it processes. Creating a greater sense of clarity, a greater sense of presence. small movements and deepen your breath. Bringing awareness back into your body. And giving yourself a full body stretch. Your side. Bending your knees, roll to your side. And be there for a moment. And slowly press your way up to a seat. Reroot into your pelvic pot. Letting the crown of your head extend towards the heavens. Relax your shoulders. Bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. And offer yourself kindness, compassion, peace, and love. Bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra, a gesture of gratitude to yourself for your practice today. The light in me sees and honors that light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for your practice. I hope you have a delightful rest of your weekend. See you soon.